Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast, and a very kind and inviting welcome to the year 2021, where if you think it's all over, you're most decidedly dumb. Where I will proceed on, as always, a pain in Tom's bum. Where Dip Dizzy Whistle still can lick food off his fingers, but he can't suck his thumb. Those opposable monstrosities will still be far too massive. In 2021, we'll continue to podcast for the masses. We'll still bring you what's essentially bored rambling with more scrambling and live chats with Phobic and the Ford family, quite candidly. Tim's body is still missing for what he said about his daughter and wife, and we still deny any blame for the slaughter that night. My point is, now that a new year is afoot, the bruises remain from the beating we took. Nothing has changed, Corona continues to attack, and the star of the show has still got my back. Tommy fucking Washington, welcome back into the room. What's been up, man? How are you?
Pat, what I miss?
The whole intro.
That's okay. It probably wasn't that good. It's like normal ones.
Yeah, okay. That's insulting. I don't know why you're attacking me.
Did you write an intro for our guest today?
So I was just gonna say I did not. So
that means I can talk.
Technically, well, no, you still haven't been introduced. No. Why? You know what? Why don't you talk about how you guys met as the intro?
Oh, Ryan and I met?
Didn't we talk about this last time?
Did we?
Yeah. Griff used to work for my old man. And according to Griff...
Oh, we did talk about this.
Yeah, the first time I walked into my dad's office and he was there, I said, according to Ryan, I don't believe this is true. I said, who the fuck is this guy?
Totally
Which
true.
I would never say in a professional setting at the place where they are employed. I would have said, hey, who's the new guy? He swears I said, who the fuck is this guy? Which, if you've seen him back then, I should have had you bring a picture. I could have showed them the picture on the live stream.
I actually have it saved on my phone.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's hard to show it
That's true.
without it being on the thing. But, yeah, so that's how I met Griff. He thought for sure he was going to hate my guts. He actually told me within 10 minutes of being here today that he fucking hates me. So
I did, actually. Yes, I did.
Came full circle. He does hate your guts.
yeah.
So, anyways, Griff, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? Thank you
Now
for having
you've
me
been
again.
introduced.
Oh, that's good. I was wondering if I could talk yet or not.
Yep,
So
yep.
that's good.
Man, do we got a show for you today?
Yeah. Boy, what a...
Oh, screw
what
you,
a
Tim,
day.
by the way.
What?
Why are you going to him?
Tim called Ryan Six Lug. Classic.
That's awesome.
Classic. Good throwback.
Tim, Erica, welcome to the show. Mason, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Multiples Club.
Oh, because you've been on multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Wow, the inaugural member of the Multiples Club has welcomed you with open arms.
Is this like the exclusive, like the Heisman Trophy Club? Like
There's only like 5 people in the Multiples Club.
And we've only had 6 guests, so...
nice.
No, that's not true. We've had probably like 10 guests by now, huh?
I would say a strong dozen, baker's dozen maybe.
Yeah. We've had quite a few people on for only 44 episodes. It's pretty good.
Hey, can I tell you because we're not going to end up talking about much entertainment-wise, fucking Letterkenny, bro.
Oh my god, this show.
So-
There's a whole segment where we're going to talk about that later.
I will say what I want to say, but Letterkenny is so packed with one-liners that you literally can't laugh because you will miss the next funny thing that they say. Oh my god, it's fucking great. Pitter patter. Let's get at it.
So we want to start the show off by talking about why we had to skip the Sunday/Monday episode. So Friday night, it was kind of late. I was up playing my new game.
You better tell this story straight, too.
Oh, I'm going to tell it exactly how it happened. So I'm up playing Escape from Tarkov. If you guys aren't playing that game yet, definitely you should go check it out. The Number 9 with Tommy podcast will be starting to stream video games soon, probably within the next week to 2 weeks.
I have a couple guys from my new location who would like to find you on the whatever you play, PC universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
What do they play?
They knew what Among Us was. They played that. And then they started speaking a foreign language that you fucking dorks all talk. I don't understand.
Okay.
Back in my day, you either shot people or you played sports.
Back in my day, you were controller 1 or you were controller 2.
We complained when there were like 8 buttons on a controller.
Yeah, damn.
And now y'all are using fucking keyboards. Come on.
I gotta tell you, so I'm new to the keyboard game. I usually play with controllers, but Escape from Tarkov, you have to play with a keyboard.
Okay.
It's rough. It's not easy.
The only game, Griff, you're with me. You're not a big gamer, right?
I mean, I play video games, but I'm definitely not a gamer.
Right, I'm with you. So the only game that I ever needed a keyboard.
And just so we're clear here, I'm not a gamer.
Okay.
Are you gonna say Oregon Trail?
Hey, no.
Back in the day.
Back in my day, you either got the gun for duck hunt or you watched. Good point, Erica.
Yeah, you're old as shit. Yeah.
Yeah, duck hunt wasn't a video game. You either carried the gun to go duck hunting or you watched. That's what.
What we learned in the last episode.
Yeah, but total mindfuck when you found out that you can control the ducks. That was I could not. I
Fucking
didn't even know
insane,
that.
right?
I went back and found an emulator just to see that you could do that.
Insane.
Atari
Pong had duck hunt. Erica. Mason with the burn.
Anyway, so back to the original story here. So I get up to bed pretty late. It was like midnight. My beautiful wife was still up, and she said that she had a stomach ache and she couldn't get comfortable. I said, "Oh, that's too bad. Sorry to hear that." And I laid down.
Well, it seems very cold of you. Continue.
Well, what else? What am I gonna do? Rubber stomach? Anyway, so she said, "I feel like I should go make myself sick, and that will make my stomach," because she just felt like she had an upset stomach that hurt.
At which point did you at least, as the kind, caring husband that you are, say, "I have something to gag you with"?
She wasn't feeling good, Pat. That wouldn't be the right thing to say, and she would know that my thing's not gonna gag her. Anyway,
maybe just my appearance, but that's about it.
yeah. So, she's in the bathroom for quite a while. I don't ask any questions. I finally fall asleep around 1:30. Around 2:30, she came into our room, woke me up, and said, "You need to take me to the hospital." To this, I woke up. At first, I said, "Okay." And then I started thinking about it, and I said, "What are they going to do for a stomachache? Like, what's the point? They're not going to do anything for a stomachache."
But again, being the loving husband that you were, you still were like, even though I don't see the point, I'm going to bring her. Right?
Nope, that's not what happened. She said, "Well, I guess you're right." And see, I should have... Listen, we're going to circle back to this. So she goes back into the bathroom. I fall back asleep. At 5:30, she comes and wakes me up. And she said, "Tom, you really have to take me to the hospital. There's something wrong." And I said, "Okay." So I got up, got dressed, got in the car, brought her to the hospital. Now, at this point, I was supposed to take my son to go get a COVID test that morning. And we wanted to beat the rush because she went Thursday when he had an appointment, and they told her he couldn't go to the appointment because there's too many people ahead of him. Great. That's how that works. So, I just dropped her off, and I asked her, I said, "Do you want me to come in?" And she said, "No, I'll be okay." I said, "Okay." They wouldn't have let me in anyway. I found out later.
9 minutes.
That's the alarm. It doesn't count.
Yeah. Every fucking
I
show.
timed it on my drive to work now, so.
Oh.
You what?
I know exactly where it is. It's like 9:43 at every episode.
Interesting.
Yep.
So I drop her off. I get home. And now, like, I was upset when I dropped her off because it occurs to me on the ride down, like, there has to be something wrong with Erica because she's never, ever, in the almost 7 years we've been together, complained about anything, like, pain-wise. Like, to where she said, I need to go to the hospital. So I'm concerned, right? Reality has set in. I have woken up, and I'm now thinking, and I'm not half asleep. So I get home, I'm pacing around the house. I decide I'm not going to take my kid to go get the test. Fuck the test. Who cares? He doesn't have COVID. He's fine. Because he doesn't have any symptoms. We were just testing him because that's what our dumb state says you have to do, either that or self-quarantine for 10 days.
Right.
So I elected that day, you're going to self-quarantine for 10 days, and I don't care. So finally around 8:30, she tells me, because she said I have to go for a CT scan, CT scan. It's her gallbladder. And they said, but they didn't know what they were going to do. So now I'm waiting until like 10:30 when they finally decided that she needed to have it removed. And they were either going to do the surgery or an ultrasound. I'm sorry. So they either had to do the surgery that day or the next morning. And then finally, sometime in the afternoon, we figured out that they were going to do it the next morning. So I didn't get to talk to Erica much Saturday or Sunday. I finally picked her up from the hospital on Monday. She had the surgery Sunday morning. She's doing just fine, just a little sore. So that's good. That's good news. But I feel like a total piece of shit.
Sir? That's fair. I've been saying it for years.
Pat, do you know what makes me feel like a total piece of shit? Or what should make you? She's a lot sore, she says.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. You having that microphone in front of your face when I told you to move it to the side.
I moved to the side.
Nope. Like this, Patrick. There you
My
go.
apologies.
Now move back to the center.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're a fucking asshole. All right. So that's why we didn't have the show. Sunday, I was too worried about my wife. Me and Pat thought about, because she had the surgery that morning.
Hi, Carissa.
We talked about maybe doing a show that night, but I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep because Erica kept waking me up. And obviously Saturday night I didn't sleep well because she wasn't home. So Sunday wasn't a good idea to do the show. Now fast forward to Monday night, she comes home for the first time, right? And I'm exhausted. I have not gotten a lot of sleep. She's exhausted. She hasn't gotten a lot of sleep. She's sore. She just had surgery. So at 7:30 I go to bed Monday night, right? I let my dogs out before because she can't let the dogs out. So I let the dogs out before I went to bed. Arlo, the fucking
Started that sentence a few times.
Arlo, the fucking cat, every night comes and paws at our door to get in. So at this point, it's like 8:30.
Cat's angelic and majestic.
Erica says, "Don't let the cat in. I don't want him sleeping on my head." I said, "Okay." I finally fall asleep around 9:30. So I'm laying in bed for 2 hours watching TV, trying to fall asleep. Finally fall asleep. At 9:45, Erica wakes me up and says the dogs have to go out. And now I'm fucking pissed because I had just fallen asleep. She keeps doing this to me, right?
Yeah.
Keeps waking me up as soon as I fall asleep.
Yeah, she sounds like a real monster.
Yeah, she is. So it gets worse, Pat. I open the door. Guess who's sitting at the door, pawing at the door? The fucking cat. I look at her and I say, "You think maybe they were whining because the fucking cat's sitting there pawing at the door and they want to fucking play with the cat?" She didn't have a good response to that. Then I get the dogs downstairs. They didn't have to go out. They wanted fucking water. She could have easily just opened that door, let them downstairs. She was awake. No, had to wake me up. So I let them outside anyway. They fucking pissed 2 little squirts of piss and I bring them back inside. Then, motherfucker, last night, finally fall asleep. I'm asleep for like 10 minutes. And all of a sudden, she starts having fucking convulsions and can't get comfortable, starts shaking the goddamn bed all around, wakes me up again.
So it sounds like the person who's really suffering from Erica needing an emergency medical procedure is you.
Yes! I'm glad you see it my way!
I totally am on your side, Winky Face.
Why'd you call me Winky Face?
I didn't say Winky Face.
That's something weird to call somebody.
Tom is taking lessons from Tim. Oh my god, that is such a good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Mason.
What's beautiful is I don't know how Erica can pull off what Charlotte has pulled off. So Charlotte is signing on to the live podcast pretending like Tim's still alive, which is brilliant because nobody has caught on to the fact that Tim McCaffrey has been murdered by his wife. Erica, if she wants to duplicate what Charlotte has done, is going to have to murder Tom, take his skin, put it on her face, and do the podcast with a deep voice so that she can throw everybody off.
Well, so she can just sleep and then wake up, because when Erica wakes up, she has the deepest voice of anybody I've ever heard.
Oh my god, dude.
Wow, man.
No, I'm with him on this one. Bro, it's enough to scare you. Like, who the fuck is here? Like, oh, it's just you. Never mind.
It's bad.
Like Barry White? Like,
yeah,
it's bad.
I'm like, good morning, Erica. She's like, it's good to see you today. I'm like, whoa, hey.
Erica's still holding on to the grudges of the fact that I banned her in the last one. When she was talking
that
shit.
was classic.
Yeah, she was talking mad shit. Anyway, Mason said then Erica would have to ban herself.
You upset her so bad last
She
time
was really fucking
that
mad.
her gallbladder went bad.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
I mean, that
was like
crazy.
That was like 2 days later.
Yeah, for real.
Well, hey, what are you gonna do? Don't fuck with Tom. Jesus.
So what I've done, I didn't see that plan backfiring. Griff was like, "Oh, it happens at 9 minutes." So I changed the podcast to 9 minutes later, or I changed the alarm to 9 minutes later, so it would throw Griff.
You see
off.
that? It's a fucking alarm for the podcast. Is it?
No, it's not. It's to text somebody. But now, instead of throwing Griff off, he knows my fucking. I foiled my own plan.
Interesting. So we did get some mail while we were gone. You guys want to go over that?
Let's do it.
Are you going to play the mail intro or the movie intro this time?
Ooh. It's funny because you don't know what you're doing sometimes.
Fucking guys.
I was kind of disappointed too because I was like, oh yeah, here comes Blues. Oh.
Wah, wah,
Lou's
wah.
missed at Tiffany's. Griff, how's work, man?
Yeah,
Sucks.
man. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. Hate every minute of every day.
I can't believe it's an accident
At
every
least you're
week.
smiling.
Yeah, well, it's because I get to go home, so, you know.
It's true.
Yeah, that's the bright side of going to work every day.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Mason,
Until your wife blows her
it's not an
gallbladder out.
accident every week. My alarms are set. They're already set. I don't take the time to change them. What's funny is I could have done it just now, but instead I changed it to just a deeper part of the show. I could have made it 15 minutes earlier and avoided this entire fiasco.
What's pretty
Where
fucked
would
up,
the
Pat,
fun
is
be?
that we've been doing this podcast now for,
A good 6 months.
well, yeah, we started in August. So not quite 6 months, 5 months. But more importantly, we've been doing the live stream now. I think this is our 7th week of doing the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since we've done the live stream, it's been the same days every week, every time.
How
And you
long was I out? I'm sorry.
Most of that actually sounded like you hitting a vape, though, so.
Yeah. All right. Fuck, we're behind. All right, so we got some mail in. We got only one response. The winner. We'll call it the winner.
The winner.
The winner of the
There
email
didn't need to be
response
another response.
to what do you think Tom's medical issue is, and we'll get into that now, was from the one and only Griff. And he wants to know, is it diabetes?
Oh, what a great guess.
It is,
Yeah.
yes. It was,
So this is why Griff said he wanted to kill me. So just to be clear, Ryan won the contest. But more importantly, I was fucking with Pat when I said that I went to the doctor. First off, if anybody knows me, you know I don't go to the doctor. But so
yeah, which is why people who do know you,
That
if they
joke
hear
was
that you
on
did,
me.
that they would think you were dying.
yeah, like I was fucking with you saying I was going to tell you something horrible. I went to the doctor, but we'll get to it later in the episode.
I didn't even realize that joke was on me. I thought it was on the number 9ers.
well, no.
I didn't care, bro.
Well,
You could die tomorrow. It's whatever.
well, then you want to have a podcast to be part of, Pat.
Griff, if Tom dies, will you take his place?
I could probably make that work.
All set, bro.
Real nice.
Took me
Real
a
fucking
long
nice.
time.
Ryan, you're going to have
Mason,
to
I might
speak up
need
for the
you for an
mic.
episode
my-
or two
my-
if Griffin
my bad.
can't make it.
No, you're fine now.
Okay.
Don't be banging that all around.
I tipped it over twice. It's fine.
Yeah, it's good. Just left the center.
It'd be better if we had a third really good microphone.
You know what? I almost texted you when we were here, and it wouldn't matter if I did because you came right from work. I was going to tell you to bring the other mic that you bought that you were supposed to bring, and instead you brought that piece of shit
You
back.
said
I mean,
make
it's
sure
better
you
than the
bring
first.
mic.
We shared the first time, so this is better.
Yeah, that's true. We're moving up. We're getting more
Yep.
technologically advanced.
Maybe next time me and Mason can be multiples and be on together.
Ooh.
Mason wants you to know that he's hurt that he was the second choice, but so yeah, there's nothing wrong with me. It was a joke on Pat. The reason we decided to send it out in the newsletter was when we ended the podcast that day. When I said that, we were walking out of the room, and Pat said, "Oh shit, yo, what happened at the doctor?" And I said, "Oh, nothing. I was fucking with you. I totally forgot." And then I was like, "Huh, that's gonna be the email question." So Ryan was the only one that is worried about my. He actually texted me and asked me what was going on with me. He's such a good friend.
Morbid curiosity. It wasn't real concern. Mason says he's hurt that he was the second choice to replace you. So, just
Is there a fucking echo in this room?
It's recency bias, Mason. Don't worry. If you were sitting here, it'd have been you.
well, no, hold on. What the important part here is that Mason's hurt that he was the second choice. Mason's not at all concerned about your health.
Oh yeah.
Mason doesn't give a fuck. He was like, wait a second, if Tom dies,
I could be on the number 9 with that.
why am I your second choice for the podcast? Not like, oh my god, don't talk like that.
So wait, would this be like when they have a Saturday night, Thursday night football special? Would it still be the number 9 with Tommy if there was no Tommy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, that's fair. In my remembrance. Oh, thanks, Mason. He knows that I'm a strong, strapping young man, and there is nothing wrong with me. Anyway, so these are Erica sent in before she almost keeled over and died. She sent us in some memes. The first one is this one, and if you're not watching the live stream, you're not going to get it. But it says, my landlord said this was just a leak from the machine, and it looks like an outline of a body on a wood floor.
Yeah, it looks like a woman doing the Thriller dance from the Michael Jackson video.
Yeah. on the floor. It's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
And then this one was also hilarious. It says, me, if I win the lottery, the first thing I would do is take care of my family. Also me, and it's a guy claiming a $1 million lottery ticket with a screen mask on so his family can't identify him.
That's that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. I liked it. So that's what we got for mail. We're probably going to wait to send out another newsletter. There probably won't be one this week. We'll probably throw one out on Monday again. But I want to take this time to tell you guys to go check out Number 9 with Tommy on all our social media platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, they're all the same. Number 9 with Tommy podcast. If you're Twitter people like Griff and I, at Number 9 Pod is where you can find us. Pat, how many Instagram subscribers are we up to?
I don't quite understand still why you don't just record the plugs and play. Just
It's a great idea.
Because that would be.
I said it for fucking.
Because it would be redundant, right? And it wouldn't be authentic.
Well, or you could do it in a really entertaining manner that would be continuously entertaining. For example, when you play the Mailtime intro, we all love it because we love Blue's Clues theme song.
You know what else you guys can do? You guys can go to number9podcast.com and subscribe to the email list. It's at the bottom of the home screen, right down there. Put in your email, hit subscribe. It's going to send you a link. You got to activate the link. Once you do that, you get all our weekly newsletter where you can find absurd questions like, what's Tom's diagnosis?
To my point, when you play Breakfast at Tiffany's, we all enjoy the song. We look forward to it.
You also can go to the website and donate to the podcast. There's a donation link at the bottom of every page. You can go there. It's through PayPal, though. So if you're a human being on Earth, you should have a PayPal account, unlike Griff, where you could donate to the show. You can also donate to the show by going, if you're on the live stream, it's popping up in the chat every 30 seconds. And while you're at the website, fuck it, go check out our merch store. We got new merch. We're coming up with a new design. Should be out in the next, I would say, 2 weeks or so. And we're gonna have a whole bunch of new merch. I do want to say, if you decide to buy merch, it does take a little while to come in. I got my mouse and my mug, but we're still waiting for my hoodie and t-shirt. Are gonna be here tomorrow. Pretty excited about that.
It also ties things together. Like when Californication starts playing, I know that the movie review is over. Mason says he needs a gaming mouse pad. Mason, maybe if you get the email of the week, we custom order you a gaming mouse pad for being such a strong number 9er.
Mason, I'll tell you this: we can have a gaming mouse pad on the store. It'll be there tomorrow, guaranteed.
I don't know what a gaming.
Yeah, what's the difference between a gaming?
You see that big blue mat?
So it's basically just a big ass mouse pad.
So,
yeah,
okay.
Because
So
you get like this one is technically a gaming mouse pad as well. It's just a little bit bigger because you get a lot more motion.
Hey, we could put and follow me on this because I don't want it to go to waste. The 3 brand logo designs that we got. The bottom one could go on some stuff because we're not using any part of it, but that would let us,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Pat, are you gonna tell us how many Instagram subscribers we're up to?
Oh, sorry. I'll just keep changing pages back.
Yeah, I mean, you should have known that we were gonna do this.
We have climbed all the way from 92 to 94.
That's 2 more. Thank
you for breaking down the math and not making me crunch those numbers.
We're only 6 away, Pat.
Again, I appreciate your assistance in the math department on this.
Pat, do you know if we can run a poll on Instagram?
I bet we can.
Maybe
on Facebook.
We can, but we have more people on, like, because the challenge is for Instagram. So I'm thinking maybe we run a poll for what the first thing we're going to do is.
Okay, so this is what you do. Follow me. You do the poll on Facebook, okay? We screenshot it. We post it on Instagram, and they can comment underneath the poll. We can just count those votes.
Okay.
And you do the same thing on the Twitter.
On the Twitter, gotcha. All right, sounds good to me. Is that it for Milton?
What the fuck? How the fuck did Mason Ford just start following us on Instagram? Mason, I get fucking live updates, you piece of shit.
Oh my god.
Where the fuck have you been on the Instagram game, bro? Unless you just downloaded Instagram and set up a fucking profile so you could follow us specifically, how were you not already following us?
Pat, I don't personally follow us on Instagram either.
That's good, because it's further away from the torture.
I don't think that's good.
Secret time. I didn't realize I wasn't following you.
Secret time. All right.
We're gonna let it slide. We're gonna let it slide.
Oh. I should fuck up one of these intros just because you guys have been talking about it so much.
What do you mean fuck up one of these intros?
Like,
One
fuck
of
up.
the music.
Yeah, fuck up one of the clips. Oh, you know what I got to pull up?
I like how Carissa very clearly says he's never on it, and Mason's like, I'm never on Instagram. We got that when she said it, bro. Mason and Carissa, we really need to create a time to see each other because I'm just sitting on all these wonderful Christmas gifts. There's really not that many, but I do have Christmas gifts. Tom, I haven't given you guys your Christmas gifts. Holy shit, I'm bad at this. I've been here 3 times.
Did you get my Christmas gifts? I thought I was waiting
Not
for
yours, but everybody else's.
I got, by the way, Erica's blanket came in. Before you guys leave, you guys should check that out. It's fucking dope.
Hey, Tom, I have ridiculously large news.
We're going to break it on the podcast or just on YouTube?
We have the official number 9 with Tommy podcast logo.
Did she add in the thing?
What thing? The thing we just talked about 2 seconds ago?
Yeah.
No, how the fuck would she have done that?
So how is that the official thing?
Because she said days. She sent me that thing that I showed you a couple minutes ago.
If you send it to the email right now, I can.
This one isn't downloading.
If you send it to the email, we can display it for the people at home.
Wow, check this out, dude. She hooked this up. We have, I don't know what the fuck a PNG file is. Do you?
Yeah, it's a picture.
Okay. So she said, attached are solely PNG files. These files are typically used for presentations and web graphics in which high quality details are not required. She says, no, the ones for web only are just that. They're for web only. They're not to be printed because they won't print with the same quality. Then she sent us ones to print. Then she sent us ones with motion. My sister-in-law, it's fucking amazing.
You're probably excited, Pat.
I am excited. I'm super excited.
You're going to send that to me so we can...
What? Bro, that's fucking sick. Oh, they're all different colors? Dude, she's fucking nasty!
All right, well, send me one so we can put it on the podcast.
Bro, why I gotta do everything?
Oh,
Put
no.
all this hard work in.
Yeah, you put all this hard work in. All right, anyway. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, remember that time the mic wasn't covering Pat's face? Let me help you with that. It's so fucking annoying, isn't it? What's the point of being on a podcast?
Hi ho, neighbor.
It's tidy ho, you dumb fuck. Alright, send me those. We'll get them on here by the end of the thing. We're going to start talking about football. Tim, this would be a good time for you to take a nap.
Well, he was very engaged the last time you guys talked about football.
Yeah, he fucking sleeps right through
Let's do this. Woo!
Alright. Lucky some disease.
Yeah.
Alright.
Excuse me. Mason, why would we not talk about football this week? Oh,
see a Dolphins
never
fan?
mind.
Oh, that's right. The Dolphins didn't want to talk football last week.
Oh, we'll talk about it.
Some people aren't upset about football this week, but it's a touchy subject to a you.
Ooh, word.
Anyway. I gotta figure out how to change this. You see how it says PogChamp? I don't know why it says PogChamp. I can't figure
Is
out.
it like Pogs like back
Thank
in,
you.
like
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think of.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But, number 9ers tip the 2 fatties here.
Every time I see that, I want a cheeseburger. I don't know, just
A number 9ers?
no 2 fatties. I'm like, give me 2 fatties right now. I'll take 2 fatties.
All right, so we're going to start with the reason why we invited Griff on the show. Griff is a huge, huge football fan. If you're watching a live stream, I bet you can't guess who he roots for. He's a Packers fan. We'll get into this a little bit later, but I think the Packers have a really good chance to make it to the NFC Championship game and lose.
Tom, you have
Ouch.
You have a chance right now to do a little bit of redeeming for yourself. Your wife has posted on a live feed
She wants
that
a
she would like a
cheeseburger.
cheeseburger. Tom, after failing her at getting her to the hospital with urgency, in her need for urgency,
Can I get her a cheeseburger? Is that what you're going to say?
are you going to get her a cheeseburger?
Well, Pat, because I love my wife. And if you know anything about gallbladders and what they do is they process the fat from your diet.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not going to go get her a cheeseburger because cheeseburgers are filled with fat. And that would not be good for her.
Erica, if you're interested, I will personally make you a turkey burger tomorrow.
I told her that we can get Five Guys and she can get a veggie burger.
Erica, turkey burger.
Yeah, either way. Veggie burger, turkey burger, it's all the same. All right, so football. We're going to go over last week's scores. There's a lot of games that had a lot of implications that fell through this week. But we're going to start with the Falcons at the Bucks. Bucks killed them 44-27. Tampa Bay, 11 wins in a season for the first time since 2005. Ryan, what do you think about the Bucks?
They are definitely the later into the season that it goes, the more and more scared I am of the Bucks, because they have a pass rush, which plays right into the fact that they have one of the best offenses in football. Outside of the fact now, though, that one of their leading middle linebackers might miss with COVID. Mike Evans might not play, and Chris Godwin is hurt. So there's a lot of question marks for the Bucks for Sunday night. But they're playing the Washington football team, so who fucking cares?
I think you're going to eat those words, but
the Washington football team will not have Alex Smith. Will not have Terry McLaurin.
Why
and
isn't
will
Alex
not
Smith playing? He played.
No, he hurt his calf. It's got even worse.
Again?
Yep.
Oh my God! Why?
Yeah. Seriously, he tried to slaughter and it didn't work. But Terry McLaurin hurt, may not play. Antonio Gibson hurt, may not play.
Hold on, no, you can't be right because the Washington football team made it to the playoffs, which means they were a shoo-in for Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
That's Tom's entire.
Well, you're just going to hold that over his head until they
I'm fine with that, dude. Because if it would
mistletoe, you better hope they win, bitch.
I hope they win, dude. Because I put $100 bet on them to win the Super Bowl.
When?
The other day.
3 hours ago.
You know what the odds are?
8,000 to 1.
7,000.
And you put $100 down?
Yeah, but it's actually like 7,000 to 100 is how it pays out. So for every 100.
Yeah, 100 gets you 7. 100 gets you 8,000. If they're 8,000 to 1, it's 100 or 7,000 1 gets you 100 gets you $7,000.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. So
no, they're plus 7,000. That's
they're plus 7,000.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 70 grand or something like that. It's something ridiculous to win a bunch of money. So pretty excited. Anyway, Cowboys at the Giants. Dude, how bad are the fucking Cowboys?
They were pretty bad. They don't have a defense at all.
I will say this. I feel no, because once they showed that replay of them when the Giants fumbled the ball.
Oh, that the butt recovery?
Well, but not only that, the ball came up through the pile, and you could see a giant grab it. Pretty clearly, once it was all over. What the fuck, man? But anyway, at least we don't have to talk about them anymore. I really thought the Giants had a chance. God. How bad is this? That the division came down to the Giants or the Redskins?
There is no team called the Redskins.
No,
I have a hard time.
The Washington football
team.
Yeah, we're sensitive. The Washington football team. Jets at the Patriots. I can't believe the Patriots won that one, 28-14.
I can't believe
Cam walled out in his last game.
Yeah.
Huh?
I can't believe we're still using the Patriots.
I liked your originals. Was that you?
Thank
Washington
you.
Yeah, that was solid.
Fucking brilliant.
I like that.
Yeah.
What was the name of the team in the replacements? The Nationals.
The Sentinels.
The Sentinels.
Yeah.
That's what they should be called.
Super gay name. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Who cares? The name sucked.
So you're saying it's gay and it sucked. Real.
Damn it!
Real nice. Vikings at
that game is sneaky entertaining though. That game was
this one, the
awesome.
Vikings and the Lions. Yep. Yeah, I mean,
it was back.
What do you think is
going
to happen with the Lions?
I mean, it really depends on the coach.
Stafford's going to stay?
It depends on the coach. If the coach wants to, so if the coach's runway is 2 years, they'll keep Stafford. If his runway is 5 years, they're not going to keep Stafford.
All right.
I think that the Lions would be better if they brought back Barry Sanders. And I don't mean old Barry Sanders. I mean right now. If they bring Barry Sanders back onto the team, it will be.
I mean, I don't know, man. Adrian Peterson looked good this year for his $2 million that they paid him or something stupid.
Well, look at Cam Newton. I mean, Cam Newton did what $1 million quarterback should do. He won 7 games.
Ooh, Cam Newton sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't good for him.
Nope.
Steelers at the Browns. Browns upset them. I think they play again this weekend, don't they?
Yeah, the Steelers JV team though was almost beat the Browns. So
I don't know. Well, but the Browns were still missing a whole bunch of people. But the Browns also.
no, last week everybody played.
Well, this week.
This week they're missing their starting left guard,
Their head coach. Yeah,
and somebody in defense too.
Yeah, they're missing a whole bunch of people. Ravens at the Bengals. That was obvious.
Speaking of this, so I don't know if you guys knew this now. The NFL has always had rules about having communication devices on the sideline, like telephones and stuff. Don't you think it would be fair to maybe make an exception for the head coach of a team in the playoffs to allow him to watch the game and phone in? Nope, can't do it. So he can't even sit at home and communicate with his team during the game.
Yeah, but so they can't put him in a box on the sidelines?
No, he can't be at the facility at all because
because he says,
yeah, he's got to be at home.
yeah, but you would think that they'd let him like
Because of
Skype in or something.
extenuating circumstances. Nope, can't do it. So dumb.
That's
I
crazy.
wonder if that rule will change following this year.
Yeah, I would
to
think
say,
so.
Under circumstances where the coach cannot physically be present, he can be audibly present.
The thing that surprises me is that they didn't make that exception for the playoffs because, like, why
this is
just say
playoffs.
now all these teams you can't? Because I think it was 2 years ago, last year, they changed the rule. It wasn't the PI rule. It was another rule just for the playoffs. It was overtime. Overtime was different in that first playoffs, and that's how it rolled out to the next year. But they didn't do it for the whole regular season. They did it for the playoffs.
Makes sense.
Anywho.
Dolphins at the Bills.
Ouch. I mean, it was a very entertaining game to watch.
I will say this.
Well, for the Bills scoring
Even
touchdowns, yeah.
Mason said skip this one. No. Even though the Dolphins lost, at least they didn't get fucking destroyed by 30 points to a team that scored a total of 56 points. Because that would be embarrassing.
I don't know if you guys know this. It harkens back to, and I'm sure Mason, he's old enough to remember. Ask him if he remembers Dan Marino's last game as a Dolphin.
Mason?
Yeah, it was against the Jaguars in the wild card round, and I'm pretty sure, could be wrong, the score was 62-7. That was Dan Marino's last game.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Whatever.
Well, but hey, at least the
Marino-
Dolphins made the playoffs. Oh, nope, they didn't.
At least Marino went out as a Dolphin. I can appreciate that.
He did. He didn't do a Joe Montana.
Whoa, what the fuck? Why'd you go after Montana?
Because he's the first one. Oh, Brett Favre, too, because that one still hurts.
Stop, right.
Yeah.
That one still hurts. That's fucking funny.
I'd text Mason and Pat to say, how does it feel the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs? And this was before the game was over. And Mason came at me with some shit like, as bad as it feels not to have a live stream today. And so I had to drop the nuke on him and tell him that my wife had surgery that morning. Yeah. And then Pat called me a fucking asshole.
No. Because that's what Tom said. He was like, we didn't have a live stream because Erica was in surgery all morning.
Oh, yeah, what'd you do?
He wasn't like, by the way, she's fucking fine. He just left it out there. So Mason would feel like a piece of shit.
Well, he did the same
Classic
thing to
Tom.
us when he went to the ER with COVID. When he wasn't on, when I texted him and talked shit to him because he wasn't on the live stream.
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah, he did the same thing to us. That's why I fucking rebutted with that. It was payback, bitch.
Yeah, Mason, you get what you asked for.
The Niners almost had a sneaky upset, but they didn't.
Oh,
because
man,
they suck.
I was hoping for that one so much.
Yeah, don't worry. The Seahawks will be in the NFC Championship. No big deal. 26-23 Seahawks. What are you going to do? Niners suck. Cardinals at the Rams. This was a little surprising to me because whoever won this got into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Rams
lost.
The Rams could have snuck in, but the Cardinals couldn't. They
Oh,
could've
yeah.
lost it in.
Yeah, the Cardinals, it didn't matter, right? But hey, it's not a bad season. They finished 8-8. They started out real on fire, but I don't know, like their schedule probably wasn't that hard in the beginning of the season. But I think the Cardinals are going to be a team that you really gotta look out for if they draft well.
I don't have nice things to say because I hate Kyler Murray, so I was
Why?
happy to see him get hurt.
You hate him. You hate Russell Wilson.
Well,
you
Kyler
hate-
Murray is more of a baseball thing because he reneged on the
because he-
A's, and he was like a top 5 pick on a team that basically builds from the draft and the farm system, so I'm kind of hurt a little bit.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I'm glad he limped off the field.
You're
Moving
an
on.
Oakland A's fan?
Yeah, not many of us around.
Brian, at this point I have to ask this question.
I like green.
Is it just green and yellow?
You know what? It
Does
must be, yeah. I like the Celtics, but they're like green and goldish, green and white, you know. But
Green and black.
Pretty interesting.
I like green.
Jaguars at the Colts. Colts got into the playoffs with that win.
Almost got the division.
Yeah, almost got the division.
Have you ever seen Tom sneeze? Green stuff flies out of his nose.
True story. Ryan loves it. Titans at the Texans. This was surprisingly close. I guess it's one of those other AFC, like those interdivision matchups.
Yeah, gotta love them.
41-38. Henry hit over 2,000 yards for the second consecutive season.
One rushing, the rushing title for the year.
Yeah,
in the NFL.
he's an animal. Raiders at the Broncos. They just sneaked out that one, 32-31. Like it would have mattered. The Raiders started out so hot too, man, and then
Just like last year.
yeah, and then they just fizzled out. That fucking John Gruden got paid so much money.
He got so much, and they can't fire him. Like it's
they can't get rid of him.
So I listened to Pro Football Talk, and the crazy part is, and they pay him so much money, and it feels like almost any other coach in the league outside of Bill Belichick had the results he's had over the last 5 years, he'd be on the hot seat or fired.
Yeah, and they're just like, yeah.
Yep, they're like, well, do it next year.
He won one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When he went and coached a team against us in the Super Bowl. You know, like, this is bullshit. Chargers at the Chiefs. They said this was an upset. Now, did Mahomes start that game?
No,
I didn't watch
Mahomes
it.
didn't play, Hill didn't play.
So how's that an
didn't
upset?
play. Well, the Chiefs were still favored by like 2, I think.
Well,
So the upset against the spread.
Can I tell you, I was going to pick the Chargers.
well, they should
I
have.
decided against it. Because, I knew the Chiefs would rest people, but on top of that,
I don't understand why they decided to rest people either. I understand you're watching out for injuries, but you already have a bye week. Like, they had already clinched number one.
a bye week.
Well, the
is
next
rest.
game will tell you why people rest people.
Yeah, a bye week is about rest. They're not playing the people to avoid injury, not so that they can get additional rest. They're avoiding bad future.
I hear. Packers at the Bears. They snuck out this one 35-16.
See, this is why you rest people, because in a non-padded, non-contact walkthrough, you lose your all-pro left tackle.
Is it the Packers?
Yeah, that's why they rest people.
Well, but they had to
Just went
play.
the other way. Oh, no big deal.
Yeah,
But the Packers had to play to make sure that they got the number one.
yeah, they could have got it by winning, which they did, or if they if the Seahawks lost.
Yeah.
Which
so,
they did not.
So, Saints at the Panthers. Saints won that one, 33-7. And then this fucking game, man. I wish I would have watched the second half. Because
I
heard
did, and I don't understand the outrage because Jalen Hurts himself sucked in that game. So who cares? Jalen Hurts was like, this is going to be wrong, but he was like 6 of 14 for 72 yards and a pick.
What are the Eagles going to do at quarterback? You know what I mean?
Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of the future.
Yeah, I
Carson
know.
Wentz is done.
Well, and I've been saying that for years, dude. I never understood what the big deal was about Wentz because he's never. He didn't win a fucking Super Bowl. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl and they fucking shipped him on a.
Tom's hatred for Carson Wentz is only matched by his love for Nick Foles and Tom Cruise.
Big Dick Nick.
Yeah, man.
But more importantly, no, because I have a take about what's going to happen to him next, right? So I want to go over and get everybody's opinion about what their biggest surprise was of the season.
See, when you texted me that, I was thinking, do I go with a pleasant surprise or do I go with a, like, I can't believe surprise? Because, like, the first thing that pops in my head is, once again, the Falcons sucking. Because if you look at that roster on paper, take away logos, like teams, locations, like, even if you just look at stats, the Falcons should be 10-6 minimum every year.
Well,
and they
you could
sucked
say the
again.
same thing about the Cowboys.
Well, but the Falcons didn't lose Matt Ryan. If Dak Prescott is on the Cowboys, they win that division by at least 2 games. Like, it's not even close. They would be 9-7 at minimum.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but I think the
but
biggest
Andy Dalton's a decent quarterback. It's not like he's a horrible. He's older. Don't get me wrong. He's on the tail end of. He's like a Philip Rivers.
yeah, but he's not the offense. It's a different NFL. It's not like Andy Dalton's NFL. If he filled in for the early '90s Cowboys, then they would have been good because it's built around a pocket passer.
Yeah.
The Cowboys of 2020 are built around a mobile quarterback that can make plays with his legs.
Okay. So you really think it's the Atlanta Falcons?
No, but the real one is, and it really is the Dolphins. Like, I know they missed the playoffs, but that team's like 2 years ahead of schedule. Like 10-6 is just crazy surprising for how quick they turned around from where if you look back 3 years ago, I think they had like a 12-loss year. Like their transformation has been from the ground up, and it's
I'm
very
surprised
impressive.
that they pulled Ryan Fitzpatrick when they did. They were winning games.
That's what undid their season. That cost them at least a win.
Yeah. Because Fitzmagic, dude, is a magical motherfucker.
Do you think that cost them a win this year, but benefited them next year with a Tua who's going in with a ton more experience?
Well, so I would say yes, but it could also be maybe not, because so this year they have the Texans pick, which is the 3rd pick. So if something crazy happens and they try to trade up, or something happens with Trevor Lawrence at the combine, or the Justin Fields doesn't go too, I can see them being like, well, got to take him here, and then creating a whole bunch of chaos. So you never know. He might not even be their quarterback next year.
Okay.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, the draft's some crazy shit. I don't really like the way they have to do it now because of COVID, but it is what it is. Pat?
I'm going to give you 3
For biggest surprises?
biggest surprises.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
In a good sense, right?
I'm just surprised in general.
Okay.
I'm surprised that the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. I thought that they started off really well.
Well, and to be fair, they had there was 4 or 5 teams that finished 10-6.
Yeah, there's 3 11-5s and a 10-6 in the AFC.
Yeah, like they finished good enough to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they aren't.
Well, the AFC is stacked with teams, and a couple years ago it was the NFC that was like that.
Yeah.
And now not so much.
So that's my end of year surprise. My mid year surprise, I am shocked that the Washington football team didn't go on to win 75% of their games like you had predicted.
But they still made the playoffs, motherfucker.
Dumbfounded.
They still made the playoffs.
And my preseason.
And I'm pretty sure we have to go back and figure out what episode I said that at, because I think they were 1-4 at that point. And they finished the season 7-9. I know that's
Still
not
75%.
I understand that, but they won 6 out of their next 11 games. They won more than 50%.
Okay. And less than 75.
Yes.
That's why I'm shocked. I'm astounded, actually.
I mean, I'm not shocked that they're in the playoffs. I'm a little upset that I'm learning now that Alex Smith isn't going to play.
Well, he hasn't practiced. He could play.
That motherfucker deserves to win a Super Bowl after getting told that he may never walk again to playing football, to making the playoffs with a shitty team. And not for nothing, who's the coach there? The fucking...
Jay Gruden?
No. He got fired. The new coach.
Ron Rivera.
Yeah, Ron Rivera. That motherfucker deserves to win a Super Bowl too, because he's getting chemo during fucking halftime.
Yeah, that was crazy the first 2 months.
I was going to send you. I had the video on Instagram of Alex Smith's family when they found out that he was cleared to play, and it is fucking phenomenal.
Is that like I'm not crying, you're crying?
He's walking out into the driveway.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, and they just pop bottles of champagne and fucking blast him from every direction.
Yeah.
The kids, I'm assuming his wife, who's smoking hot if that's her, and I would say either his sister or her sister. Awesome video.
Yeah.
Really cool.
He's comeback player of the year, right?
I think him stepping on the field, 1 snap, he was the comeback player of the year. Didn't have to play.
I mean...
my third big surprise of the year comes from the preseason when the Washington football team made a decision
to be
that they weren't going to have a fucking team name. They were like, nah, we're going to wait till later. Like, what the fuck were they doing?
And it sounds like later might be 2022.
Yeah, because they're saying they might not even have a team name next year.
The originals. The Washington originals.
I really like that. You should do what that guy did and trademark the 45 team names that he did.
Brilliant.
It's pretty smart.
You could start selling your own merch on the Number 9 with Tommy podcast.
They can be the originals, but they will have to be the originals with Tommy.
Oh, the originals with Tommy. Like it. My biggest surprise, good surprise, for the whole season, would have to be Alex Smith coming back. I'm an Alex Smith fan. I've always have been. He's a great football player, and the fact that he came back to Washington, who cares?
Yeah, Mason has contributed. The Washington, who cares? That sounds. Did the Washington football team take the Dolphins down at any point this year? I don't recall.
I don't think so.
It sounds like Mason's a little bit bitter more than anything else.
But the fact that Alex Smith came back to play football is a huge surprise. And I think the biggest surprise as a team goes,
How poorly the Eagles ended up?
no, that's not really surprising because like I said, dude, I've never been all in on Carson Wentz. So I thought he sucked.
I don't put it on anyone.
To be honest with you,
the Eagles were a better team than they should.
To be honest with you, how bad the Patriots were.
That was my pick yesterday, but then as the conversation started, I created those three. The fact that the Patriots did as poorly as they did, not that alone, but the fact that the Patriots did as bad as they did and the Bucs did as well as they did is very surprising to me.
Yeah, it really shows something.
It does.
You know what I mean? So, what's your biggest upset of the season?
Just a 7-9 Washington in the playoffs and the 10-6 Dolphins sit out. Not bitter, though.
It's two different divisions, bub.
He understands how it works. He's just pissed off.
Man, biggest upset.
Listen, I'm with you, dude. I don't think a team that doesn't finish 500 or above should even make the playoffs. That should go to another team. But anyway, so what's your biggest upset of the season?
Like single game was the Jets' first win. I don't remember who it was against now, but I still can't believe. Actually, their second win was almost more surprising than their first win. I don't remember who either of them were, honestly.
You thought that was an upset?
Well, for a game, I mean the Jets.
Or I'm saying like what's your what do you think the most disappointing thing of the season was? Like for a team or like not one in particular game.
Oh.
Like, what team was the most upsetting for you to be that bad?
I mean, I honestly really only kind of follow two teams because I really enjoy watching the Bills. So none of them really upset me. The teams that surprised me, they didn't upset me. Like, I don't want to say this, but anytime an NFC West team does bad, I don't care who they are, it makes me feel good. So, okay, how about this? The biggest team that makes no sense to me, that's the upset that they underperformed, is the Vikings. The Vikings...
Yeah, and they were so hot and cold, right? Mm-hmm. But they had that whole thing last year, too.
Yep.
Where they started out horrible and then somehow made it to the playoffs. But they also, Stephon Diggs left, went to the Bills.
Yeah, but Justin Jefferson balled out. Justin Jefferson had one of the greatest rookie wide receiver seasons in the history of the league. Unfortunately, Kirk Cousins is quarterback, so I enjoy watching that.
Kirk Cousins. Jesus.
Imagine paying that guy $29 million on your team. That sucks.
I'm going to go with the Texans.
Dude,
I don't get it. Every year they do this to me. Harvard not winning championship. Tim McCaffrey has contributed to the conversation.
Didn't he wreck in the championship race?
I don't know. I didn't watch much NASCAR this year.
I think that was Earnhardt.
Oh, that was a while ago. Too soon?
You're a fucking asshole. And that wasn't a championship race. That was the Daytona 500.
My apologies.
Anyway, back to football talk. I don't know what's like. I want to say the Niners, right? But was it really not like their whole team was fucking injured, right?
Oh, phobic squirrel in the house.
So we're gonna have to ask. Yeah, you can say his name.
All right, Tim. So since you just popped on, we were talking about this at the beginning of the live stream. We're going to pause football for a minute because I really would like to know the origins of phobic squirrel. It's very interesting to me. And if it's just two names you threw together, I would be quite disappointed.
Oh my God. Mason says, "Hey Tim, was that the race where they all turned left?" Thank you, Mason.
Hey, there's
Thank
like
so much.
there's like 4 races now where they turn right a couple times.
Yeah, the road races.
That sounds dangerous.
There's actually a track where they do all left turns, and then later in the season they do left and right turns.
Yeah, Charlotte, we went there.
I got off. There's fucking construction on one of the roads that I had to take home. This is late last week. So there's 2 left turn lanes, right? I'm in the left turn lane. So I'm going to end up like in the fast lane. It's not a highway, but I'm in the fast lane with the double yellow line separating. So there's nowhere for me to go if somebody on the right side does something immensely fucking stupid. I will either have to die or drive into oncoming traffic and die. So I don't have great options. The fucking guy that's in the right left turn lane turns left, sees the fucking construction up ahead, and without any hesitation whatsoever, pulls a fucking U-turn across my lane. And I have to fucking slam my brakes on, squealing and honking, and just flicking him the fucking bird as he, no shit, didn't just pull a U-turn on a fucking main road. He crossed my lane of traffic to do it. I shit my fucking pants. Not literally this time.
This time.
So Phobic Squirrel says, I had a nickname in high school because of my hair, which was Squirrel. And I used to be overly cautious of things, thus phobic.
That's pretty
Not
much
a phenomenal reason, but that's it.
Pat kind of hit the nail on the head when we were talking about that. That's kind of what you said about the phobic part. So
Yeah, I partially called that. Tim, I got to tell you, I appreciate your logical over your phenomenal. I love the nickname.
Fantastic. Thanks for contributing to the show. Back to football. So yeah, I want to say the Niners, but like I said, their whole team's injured. I'm a little surprised the Colts didn't do a little bit better.
I mean, it's hard. Philip Rivers played in the same system for 17 years and then gets put in offense that was brand new to him. I mean,
Yeah.
it took him a while to gel.
Well, and again, we had this discussion on the show. He's not I want to put Phil. He's a good quarterback. He's not a great.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna win you. He's gonna get you to playoffs, but he's gonna get you through the playoffs to the game. You know what I mean?
He will not.
No. So this is what we got this weekend. Colts at the Bills.
Bills.
Oh, definitely Bills.
I'm gonna go with the
Bills
Colts.
by a million.
I'm going with the Colts. We should write these down. Rams at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
This is one of those head heart things. 'Cause
I'm going Rams.
My head tells me the Seahawks, but my heart's really pulling for the Rams.
You know what? So here's the thing, right?
John Wofford's starting, so who the hell knows?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. That's who's starting for the Rams because Goff's probably not playing.
Oh,
He sounds
Seahawks
like a
then.
B-movie actor.
He really does. He looks like one. Actually, he looks like a B porn movie actor.
Nice.
Oh, he looks like Gardner Minshew.
He really does. I think this is the guy that was the CFL champ like in 2019, and there's pictures of him, I'm pretty sure, with a mullet, wearing just a vest in Canada in like February.
That's
Like,
excellent.
yeah, so
Speaking of, before we move on, Paul Walker.
Hold on. Mason, you know that the Super Bowl's in Tampa, not in Orlando,
the
right?
Super Bowl champions
when
always
you
say
win the Super
we're
Bowl,
going to
you say
Disney
you're going to
World.
Disney.
Oh,
Jeez, Tom.
never heard
Tom
that.
doesn't know because he hasn't watched
So
the end of the
Mason
Super Bowl in a
commented the
while.
Bills are going all the way to
Motherfucker, I
Disney
went to
this year,
Miami
boys.
last year.
Tom did not catch what that reference was.
All right.
So Paul Walker, our coworker, who's been on the podcast, he's actually a part of the Multiples Club.
Yep.
Has this fucking mustache. This straight up 80s.
I told him he had to
mustache.
shave it off.
Absolutely not, because it is so fucking sweet.
No.
But Paul Walker is also truly considering, like with serious thought, combining his 80s porn star mustache with a fucking mullet because he has long hair.
Oh, it's
Dude,
grown.
I fucking pray that this man, if he does it, you got to get him on the live stream so we can all see him live.
I hope he doesn't do it.
What a beautiful.
By the way,
son of a bitch.
I'm glad you brought that up. There's a gift for you from him in my truck for you.
Oh, good. Tell him I have his gift at home, and when we see what his gift to me is, I will get him something in the same range. Perfect.
You're gonna love it. We got the Bucks at the football team.
I mean, come on, it's the Bucks. It is always the
I'm
Bucks.
going all underdogs here.
Tom, you have to go football team because they're
Yes.
picked for the Super Bowl
Yeah.
championship.
Yes, I'm going football team here.
I'm going Bucks.
So that's all Saturday. Sunday we got Ravens at the Titans. This is an intriguing one. I want to go with the Titans here.
See, me too, because Derrick Henry, but the Ravens are going to win that. The Ravens look better this year than they did last year going into the playoffs.
Going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not as a whole, though.
Oh, right now, this year's Ravens, I think, would beat last year's Ravens.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They went through a little
I just
stretch
watched
there in the
it,
middle
like,
of the season
I was like,
where they didn't look good.
I wouldn't put any.
But that was the beginning of the
last year's
season.
Ravens.
No, it was like in the middle of the season where they just...
right now, though, they just ran for 400 yards.
I got to tell you this too, man. The Seahawks...
No offense, all defense now. It's the exact opposite of the team in the beginning of the season.
Defense wins championships.
Well, we'll get to that.
My pick here, Ravens, Titans. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to pick the Ravens because I really want to see the Titans win. And I know that the Titans will continue fucking me like they fucked me all year. So if I pick them, they will lose. So let's go fucking Lamar Jackson.
Bears at the Saints. I didn't even know the Bears... How the fuck did the Bears make the playoffs?
Because
Well,
Cardinals
Saints.
lost.
Oh my god. That's a team that started...
Yeah, doo-doo pants.
With doo-doo
That
pants,
was
Lamar
hilarious.
Jackson.
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh, dude. So I think it was the end of the first half of a game like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Dude sprints into the locker room and doesn't take a shit. He was having stomach cramps.
Yeah, you know what you do when you have stomach cramps? You take a shit.
Yep. So that's what he did. Because so there's a funny video too of him walking in the locker room where he's definitely waddling like he's got a dookie in his pants. And then
Erica needs to have her fucking gallbladder removed, and the first thing she does is try to take a poop.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's just what you do.
That's what you do.
Well, she threw up.
Well,
She didn't
I had a
chew.
kidney stone last year. The first thing I did is like, oh man, I must have to take a shit. That's
Oh, I forgot you had that kidney stone last year. Worst pain you ever had.
it was, yes.
When it's bedtime, I'm like, oh, before I go to bed, I better take a shit.
Yep.
And then when I wake up, I'm like, oh, new day, gotta take a shit. Lamar Jackson took a shit.
Uh,
Hold on, Phoenix Squirrel says was out for the whole second half except for the.
Oh yeah, and then
last
makes
drive
his
was
triumphant return.
Wow, he took a serious shit. You could say he took the Super Bowl of shits. I like it.
Cricket.
Saints at the Bears. I think. Yeah, dude, I need that fucking cricket inlet. Saints at the Bears. I'm gonna take the Saints. Browns at the Steelers.
Steelers.
I don't know, man. The last
If
couple
you
weeks-
can't beat a JV squad of the NFL team,
They did
you
beat
can't beat the NFL
they
team.
did beat them.
I mean, barely, sorry.
Any given Sunday round, I'm going with the Browns.
I'm going with the Browns because this is going to become a.
Plus,
battle
you don't have your
of
play caller, starting left guard, and one of your starting line defensive backs, I think.
They'll be okay. They have fucking OBJ and Baker Mayfield.
They do not have OBJ. Oh, he's been out the whole year. He got hurt in like week 5.
Nice.
Oh,
So Mason just sent me a picture of his daughter watching the Number 9 with Tommy podcast live.
It's pretty solid.
That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm watching
You should-
Mason's daughter watching us.
Oh, no.
all right. Thanks, Phobic. I'm gonna go out on a limb and give my NFC championship prediction. It's gonna be. There's definitely gonna be one team in there. It's gonna be the Green Bay Packers. And the other
And
teams,
they will not have to lose to the Niners, so.
That's true, but they will either have to lose to the Seahawks or the Saints, and they are gonna lose.
Phobic Squirrel is all sorts of on board with Green Bay.
That's because his wife is a Green Bay fan.
I see.
As far as the AFC goes, dude, I mean, the AFC can go anyway, right? The Bills are fucking nasty. The Chiefs are nasty, but I think the Chiefs are beatable. And I really think
I couldn't agree with you more, Phobic Squirrel. They are not losing at Lambeau.
Yeah, Griff said the same thing the last time he went to the game when they played the Niners and got fucking whopped.
That was a wild card game.
Oh, I thought that was the NFC Championship.
They were like
game.
10-6 that game. No, I never. No, this is so the bad
they
part is
did
so the
lose
last
to the Niners
I
and-
have gone to an NFC Championship game in Atlanta, and it was so bad. And I said, you know what? I told my wife, I said, I will never make you go to an NFC Championship game until it's at Lambeau. And you watch that. You know how I know they're going to make the NFC Championship is because I can't fucking go to the game.
Why can't you go to the game?
There's no fans.
Even in Green Bay?
Yeah, it's like 500 frontline workers, something like that.
Oh.
That's nice.
Yeah, real nice.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah, those frontline
I mean-
workers putting themselves in jeopardy every day, and you're upset because you can't go to the game.
Just to be clear,
What a piece of shit.
I didn't think we would see this day, but I think we have found a bigger fucking asshole than Tim McCaffrey and Tom Washington. I think you just took the fucking game. This is amazing.
He really likes his Packers, man. You can't be upset with him.
He's upset that the frontline workers.
That's not what he's upset
Well,
about.
we're not going to get into this conversation because I'll have some takes I don't want to actually record it. So let's
Oh my god.
keep it rolling.
Okay. Wisconsin has a COVID surge problem right now.
I think they will lose at Lambeau, by the way. I don't think it matters who they're playing. I think they're going to lose. I hate to say that, Ryan. I hope for your sake.
I get to watch at least one playoff game at Lambeau.
If they make it to Tampa, you're going to go down to Tampa?
No, I can't. I can't go to work
Why?
That's all
because
the more reason to go.
my company's quarantine protocols is 10 days out of work.
Yeah, but they have to pay you by law.
No, yeah, they have to pay me on short-term leave, which is 60% of my pay.
No, what are you
thanks.
talking about? Every company in the country got
not
2
for.
weeks.
I'm choosing to go somewhere.
Oh, all right. I hear you. All right.
Hold on, but why don't you just consider that a cost of the trip? So it's the cost of the trip plus 40% of your pay.
Well,
for 10 days.
I can't go to the game, so why the hell would I want to go there?
Yeah, that's a great question. Why would somebody go
All the festivities.
And
all the way to the Super Bowl?
It's good for him. I'd have no desire because I'd get down there and be like, oh, this is a good time, and then I'd be like, wait a minute, why the hell am I here? Here, let me drop $10,000 and get tickets.
But what if there's a chance?
Bam! And then you're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I don't want to put myself. And this is why I don't go to the casino because I have a compulsive personality.
You have no idea, Ryan. You have no fucking idea.
So that's exactly why I'm not going to Tampa.
All right. Well, you're right. Well, you're also not going because Green Bay is not going to be there. But either way,
That's your opinion.
AFC, man. AFC,
It's the man. I don't know how many Bills games have you watched.
a few.
The Bills are legit.
Yeah, the Bills are.
Josh Allen is the fucking man. And if it wasn't for his greatness, Aaron Rodgers, that's the MVP right there.
I love it when somebody fucking does the discount double check thing on them and then gets shown up.
Yep.
It's fucking hilarious. It happens every time. My underdog in the AFC is the Colts. I think the Colts are. If Rivers can put together some good games, the Colts are sneaky good, where they sneak out of games and win them. But tough for them. They're playing the Bills the first week, so that's rough.
And the Bills actually got approved to have like 7,000 fans. Oh, funny story.
Yeah,
so I don't know if you
Cuomo.
guys have watched this. So Cuomo has not allowed attendance in the state of New York.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere. So now they finally got some kind of either state appeal, city appeal, whatever, where they could have 7,000 fans. And Cuomo was going to go to the game. So
What a fucking piece
the
of
town
shit.
of Buffalo, they I don't know, it's some website, they got 40,000 signatures in 30 hours of people saying, fuck you, we couldn't go to games all year, we finally get a playoff game, we don't want you there. And peer pressure being a bitch that it is, Cuomo's not going to the game.
Nice.
Hilarious.
Nice.
Bills Mafia.
Fuck
I can't
'em.
believe he would even consider going to the game, but B, publicly announcing his intention to go to the game.
Yeah, not a smart man.
Yeah. Well, obviously we know what he did. My underdog pick for the NFC side is obviously the Redskins.
Now, your football picks are on the same parallel as your movie picks.
I said they're the underdog picks.
Wait, so his are the greatest then? Because his movie picks are.
Yeah, my movie picks won a contest on this show.
Yeah, that was.
Griffin, what you've done is you have truly put yourself on the wrong side of history here.
Tom knows no football. All right, so that's it for football talk, I guess. Where are we going to next, Pat? Oh, you got some three-finger news.
I do have some three-finger news. News that's sure to shock you. I wish we were recording right now.
We are.
Oh, okay. Dude, I looked over the screen. It looked like the thing was fucking paused. So let's start here. You know what? Before we start there, I'm going to post this to the Instagram, but I have a meme. Marianne died from Survivor.
The original Survivor, Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
So I have a meme that says, "Congratulations to Ginger, the winner of Survivor," because she's the only surviving cast member. And I thought, man, that's fucking brilliant. Good for you. I'm sorry, Tom. Gilligan's Island was a television show where people got stranded after a mishap with a boat. And
Is that from when Erica was a kid?
It's from when Erica was in college, but so we're gonna kick this news off. Please feel free to let me know how you feel. Kurt, I'm gonna get his last name wrong, but Eichenwald is a journalist. Okay.
Okay.
He's a New York Times best-selling author, and he was quoted saying, "I wish to find an anti-masker and beat them to death. You fucking Christians are what Jesus condemns." So this guy, oh yep. So he says, "I have." He goes crazy. He continues to tweet basically that he wants to violently murder anti-maskers. He wishes them pain and misery.
And when you're saying anti-masker, you mean people who don't want to wear masks?
Correct.
Okay.
So, hold on, I want to see who. So, I can't tell who fucking tweeted this back to him, but the message is this: "I have so much hate in my heart tonight. My sister, widowed by COVID, has COVID." Oh, this is what he said. My sister, widowed by COVID, has COVID because of anti-maskers. About 4,000 people died today. The GOP says nothing. At Hawley M.O., I'm guessing that's a politician in Missouri, and his ilk, I don't know what that means, are working to harm America. I wish them and their loved ones all the pain and misery they inflicted on this country. So, this guy is literally wishing pain and suffering on individuals, on a group of people. This guy's a New York Times best-selling author. And, I mean, truly, our real first piece of shit of the year.
Hey, well, to be fair, Cuomo killed a bunch of senior citizens and wrote a book about it. So,
What's the title of that book?
I don't know. How I Handled COVID or something like that?
I think that, like, keeping with the times, right? You gotta, like, you can't just publish a book for old people. You gotta publish a book for everybody. If he titled that book, #killing it, I think he would sell a lot of copies.
Oh my God.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. We're in such a fucked up place. As a, like,
it's amazing to me that he's like, you guys are so bad because you cause people to die that I hope you suffer and die. Well, no, that's the same fucking thing, sir.
yeah, it's not the solution.
You are hypocrisy incarnate.
But he's upset, man. His sister's husband just died. I mean,
I would say, man, there is no end to things I would say if, like, my wife or my brothers died. I would say the most heinous crap ever imaginable. I'd like, but this idiot just decided to post it for the world to read.
Well,
Yeah.
you're also let's call a spade. You're a normal human being, right? This guy is a figurehead. I mean, he's a best-selling author. He has a following of people who will respond to the things that he says. If somebody goes out and kills an anti-masker and says, well, no, I love this guy's work. I mean, Jesus, if Pat McAfee said to do it, Tom would fucking kill 10 people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what. So he's got to be cognizant of his
Hashtag for the brain.
Jesus. Are we ready to move on to the second story?
Yeah, I was ready before you started the first, but
The U.S. Navy punishes a suicidal sailor who sought mental health treatment. So this guy's name is
every show goes back to mental health.
This guy's name is Michael Gregg. Michael Gregg tells his mother, Farah, that he ends up on the naval ship that he's on. He's standing on the edge. Nothing but basically a rope is separating him and I believe it was 120-foot drop into obvious death. Like he's going to die if he takes the jump. And he said he kind of just sat there and thought about it. And his mom obviously freaked out. He says, you need to go get help. As soon as that boat docks, go get help. So this guy goes to the Naval Medical Center in Portsmouth in Virginia. And he is diagnosed with severe depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. And his commanding officers kind of just like shit on him about it. And the Navy comes out with some options. I'm trying to skip to the options. The Navy gives us options of like, you can continue your job as usual. You can go to 10 counseling sessions, which would have started 10 days from when he was diagnosed with severe depression, or something else. All three of the options land him back on the boat, continuing to do the exact same thing he's been doing. His therapist who diagnosed him with severe depression also said that he needs to be wary and completely avoid all triggers that would cause him to have suicidal thoughts. The biggest one of those triggers noted was being on that fucking ship. So then the Navy's like, all right, take one of these three options where you can come back to the ship. So then the guy is considered highly doubtful to be able to continue his service. They said, we don't think you can continue on. Hold on, I'm skipping around here. Then his lieutenant told him that he should come back, not kidding, for breathing exercises the next Thursday, which was at that point 10 days away. So not this one coming up, but the next one, which was 10 days away. And then he was diagnosed by a straight up the guy on the ship, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. That psychologist says there is no indication of an acute risk of Greg engaging in suicide-related behavior, and a hospitalization requirement is not indicated. So this dude basically goes to a counselor, gets diagnosed with severe depression, then goes to a counselor on the ship, and they tell him, like, you're perfectly fine. There's no risk here. I'm curious what your feedback on this is.
And the first counselor he went to was a Navy.
Yep, in Portsmouth.
What my feedback is he should go get a third opinion, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's too hard to, like...
Well, so here's the thing, and I agree. A third opinion is a great idea. He can't. He's on the ship. So...
How was he punished?
Punished? For what?
You said he got punished for seeking mental treatment. You said that was the...
Yeah. I don't think that he was punished in the sense of, like, you know, I think he was at one point. The story's way too long. I kind of tuned you out because you're all over this. Sorry, Erica.
I'm kind of there.
You know what? We're skipping it. We're going to the next story.
Is this one going to be all over the place too?
Listen, I could have sent you all this stuff.
I asked you to.
No, we'll do that one next week.
Okay, on November 24th, non-judicial punishment, also known as Captain's Mass, was imposed on Greg for violations of Uniform Code for Military Justice Article 86, absence without leave.
That's what it was. So he was punished for absence without leave. So they basically threatened him. They're like, you need to come to work. Now he's in his room. He's on the ship. Technically, you can't not be at work, right? Because it's a fucking boat. But he won't come out of his room. He doesn't want to leave his bed. He's not eating. For days, this guy's not eating. Now remember, this is right before they tell him there's nothing wrong with him. But basically they said, if you don't come to work, you're AWOL. You're going to be punished as such. So now they're threatening this guy. And clearly he said non-judicial punishment, also known as Captain's Mass, was imposed on this guy for something that he's been diagnosed with. Like, we know that this is a problem. You're diagnosed with this problem. Now you're in trouble for having this problem.
I don't know. I feel like we should do, like, I don't know where you got that news article from, right? But there's always two sides to a story. I mean, there's tons of people in the military that don't want to be in the military anymore or hate being out on a ship. Our friend Warner is one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to find a way to not be on the fucking ship and not do what he signed up to do.
Very possible.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I considered that as well. This is Seattle Weekly was the news source, apparently. This was my other thought. This guy, and I like, sorry to you and your family, dude, Michael Gregg. This guy's a fucking tool bag. And I don't mean that in the sense that, like, he's faking it or anything, but, like, he's not likable. He's a dork. He gets picked on.
Yeah, so he doesn't
now he legitimately has depression and he doesn't want to be on a ship getting picked on. But that's what they do. So they're like, nah, bro, like, you're fine. Like, we were breaking your balls or whatever.
Yeah, he's a softie.
Yeah,
it's just a bitch.
Like, yeah, they're basically taking advantage of somebody who has allowed them to take advantage of him, which sucks. But that's what in my head when I shape this story with no firsthand experience. I go, man, this guy's probably just kind of a guy who gets shit on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million different scenarios, right? I mean, the hard end of it, he could really have a mental problem and need help.
But it sounds like he does.
Well,
Exhibit 1. This guy's mom flew, I don't know, to somewhere else to defend her son face to face.
Yeah, but most moms would do that. How old's the kid? 19? Like, is he just enlisted? He could be like, a perfect example of this is Ramesh, a grown man.
So to that point, Ramesh is a guy. What if we were at war and he pulled that? He shouldn't be there. Agreed. He should be medically discharged. You don't have to be honorably discharged. You don't have to be dishonorably discharged. He should be medically discharged. He's 24 years old.
So
as soon as there was a diagnosis, he never should have gotten back on that ship. Now, that doesn't mean he should have been medically discharged right away. If the Navy wanted to do more examinations, if you're in the military, your mom should not be sticking up for you. That's what Erica said. I'm kind of with Erica on this one.
Yeah. If you're 24, your mom shouldn't be fucking involved in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, but to that point, there's two things to that point. One, it was severe enough where she felt she had to, or Mason said he should be considered Section 8.
It's probably different in the military than in the housing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, what the fuck are you talking about, Mason?
You mean like...
Get that man some free housing.
That's fucking great. Mason, if you could explain what Section 8 is in military terms, that would be fantastic. Because right now, we're just considering that you think he's poor.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All I know is whether this guy...
Oh.
So
he should be in low-income housing?
That's not a military term. All right. So Mason's just like, hey, this guy sucks so bad, we should take his money. Real fucked up, Mason. We did. We did. That was part of his punishment. He was not paid. He was considered AWOL. I wonder if...
Yes, no, it's not. It's too low.
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Let's go. Live chat war.
Let's see what the Google says.
Live chat. We're going to abandon this war, basically immediately, and we're going to move on to news from today.
Oh, you want... what did you call that group?
So it's a category of discharge from the U.S. military used for a service member judged mentally unfit for service. Section 8 was also given to cross-dressers, gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people.
Oh, look at that.
Mason, digging deep in the rule book. Forward scroll. Oh, yes, it is indeed. My fault, Mason.
Oh, he looked it up.
Yeah, Mason, that's a perfect way to discharge him.
And then he can live off Section 8.
Yeah, and then if he doesn't go get work, he can continue to be on Section 8.
So today, a group of protesters stormed the Capitol building and basically broke in. They had, I believe it was all the senators were inside.
Those moms' names are Karen.
Erica, before we move on, Erica said there's a thing called helicopter moms that hover over their kids and become over involved in their kids' lives. I agree. And I think it's very much, one, this is a helicopter mom, and two, that's probably why her son is not exactly fit. Maybe she was part of the development of his mental health issues. Tom is texting, and we are basically pausing without pausing the podcast.
It's fine.
We're going to continue recording, but not actually saying anything.
Were you talking about the helicopter mom still?
Yeah, we're done now.
Okay, so like I said, a group of Trump protesters, people that are in favor of Trump, I should make that clear, stormed the Capitol building today while they were voting on the electoral votes, and the Capitol Police failed at their jobs and allowed them to get into the fucking building to where they had to evacuate the senators and everybody, and a lady got shot in the fucking face and died.
She died.
It's just fucking crazy to me. The whole thing, right? You said when you got here, when we started talking about it, it's going to get covered completely different than as if it was a Black Lives Matter protest or something like that. It's going to get covered as these are horrible people and this should never happen. Now, where I agree, this should have never happened. It doesn't mean they're horrible people. I think that they were doing exactly what the other side was doing. And they didn't burn the building down. They broke some window.
Okay. So we're going to talk about a few terms that we've talked about before. The real main term that we need to talk about, and I know it's going to bother you, I warned you that it was going to bother you, systemic racism is going to come into this conversation. So,
do you think any of this has to do with racism?
Well, the people crossing the stairs with the KKK flags in the Capitol building today were a pretty clear indicator that this might have to do with race.
I didn't see that on the news.
So the Black Lives Matter.
So what, you
flag,
think because 5 people in a group of 2,000 had a flag, they're all racist?
I think that. Okay, so this is about 5 people.
But that's how big was the group of people that had the I didn't see KKK flag.
Okay, so when Black Lives Matter showed up to that government building all those months ago with a permit to protest,
Okay, no.
You know that these people had a
Hold
permit
on.
as well, too, right?
Hold on. And they were tear gassed.
How about the ones that looted and destroyed the city of Minneapolis?
That's not what we're talking about. We're comparing apples to apples here. So they show up to a government building in D.C. and they're tear gassed to get them away. Correct? These guys show up to the Capitol building, shoot someone in the fucking face, and the National Guard is there, unarmed, outside the building. Unarmed, outside the building. This, to you, does not seem like systemic racism. Black people show up, we tear gas them. White people show up, we kind of just surround them.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Black people show up with Black Lives Matters flags because they're saying, we're here on behalf of the black race. White guys show up with KKK flags and say, we're here on behalf of America.
I'm gonna have to look at, because again, I don't like. Where did you see that they had a KKK flag?
My sister-in-law posted it. I'm going to pull it up on Facebook for you.
Well, I mean, it's on Facebook. It's got to be accurate, right?
Yeah. Even if that was the, I mean, like, I'm not disagreeing with, like, at the end of the day, these people had a permit to protest. They did, and the Capitol Police weren't prepared for a riot. Is really what it comes down to. They did throw tear gas at them.
So, that flag is the KKK flag.
That flag is the American flag.
That is true.
That's a Trump flag right there.
I don't know.
That is true.
I don't know that. I've never seen a KKK flag.
So, let's, for real, I don't know of, now I'm not a part of the black community, so I'm less privy to this piece of information, but I don't know of a current Martin Luther King, a current Malcolm X, who legitimately could control a large group of people by speaking words, right? I just don't, currently. But there is a man who, these guys on the steps of the Capitol building, these guys who went into the Capitol building and basically took it over, there's a man who they will listen to. And that man is known for being outspoken, for constantly tweeting, and for constantly addressing his followers. And today, he could have said, this has gone too far.
He did.
He did.
You should go home.
He did.
He did.
When did he do that?
When it got too far.
And he
told them it was
posted a
too
video
far.
on Twitter and
Yes.
told them to go home.
As soon as it became
It was
too
like
far.
3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
When did the woman get shot in the face?
Just before that.
So after somebody got shot in the face, he was like, okay, too far.
I don't know. Again, I don't have a timeline. If I would have known that this is what you want, that you wanted to talk about, I would have had a timeline ready.
I did not request to talk about this. You requested to talk about
I
it.
said, "Are we going to talk about this?" And you said, "I have some things that we should talk about." I said, "Okay." But that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
was
like
talking about my news articles.
you said you had.
You said we're going to talk about what's going on today, and I said I have some things that we can talk about.
Yeah, and then
you
finished your thing, and then you pointed at me like
you did start this.
because you pointed at me to talk about it because you said we're going to talk about more relevant news.
Public Squirrel said, so Trump needs to tell people who are peacefully gathering that they've gone too far. No, I think once people started getting shot in the face, Trump has the ability to get these people out of there.
Which he did.
Well, he did.
Okay, I think it was too late.
Of course it was too late, but that's the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This isn't. I don't think. Do I think Trump could have handled this totally differently? Yeah, I think as soon as he knew that these people were going and breaking in, he should have done something right away.
So
He did right
ask-
away tweet something and say.
I'll ask you the side of the story then. So before this started, and he tweeted out that people who don't agree with the outcome of the election of the country you live in, you voted for, you should protest the government. So it's Trump's fault that people protested and took it too far?
Weeks ahead of time, you mean? The weeks that this has been building?
No, today.
He posted it today.
Oh, okay.
He said that.
Well, he's been saying for weeks that, this was coming.
He said you should go protest your government.
Yes,
Absolutely.
But he
No.
didn't. That's what.
First off, I'm not blaming anything on Trump. I don't think anything is Trump's fault.
No, I'm not saying. But you said it's his fault that it got this far.
No, I did not.
He didn't stop it early enough.
I said he has the ability to get in there and get people.
And you said he's
to
too
go
late.
home.
So he was too late. So therefore, it's his fault that it got this far.
No, I do not think it's his fault. I don't hold Trump responsible for
But you said that
anybody
he
else's
shouldn't.
actions.
Yeah, but you're
Trump
saying
is responsible for Trump's actions, or in this case, lack of actions.
Well, how can he do an action before it gets pet to the point where it requires action? They were protesting, which is their civic right,
yeah.
until it became not their civic right, and they were not law-abiding citizens. Then he said, "You guys need to disperse and go home." I mean, that's not exactly what he said, but he
But
said you
around
should
about-
go home.
Yes.
I mean, you can't. Then someone should have said, "Well, you know what? We should have let Hitler come to power when he was in Germany." Like, but that's looking back. Obviously, we should have not allowed that to happen. But it happened, and then the world came together and made it not happen.
I'd like to point out that the only one who has compared Trump to Hitler today was you.
I don't think. I don't think.
You made a comparison, not
you
me.
love twisting words to fit the story that you want it to fit.
What?
You love it, man.
Because you said it.
Oh my
It's like
god!
watching the news.
Yeah, it really is. This is CNBC.
It was a direct quote, bro.
Anywho, yeah, there he is.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is my takeaway from what happened today. And I said this a long time ago on the podcast. The election's over. Joe Biden won. It is what it is. I'm not happy
was
with.
over in November.
There was nothing that was going to change that. And the fact, and listen, people,
You realize
maybe
that,
not me,
but
but
you realize that Trump has repeatedly said that the election.
I think, and he's well. That's I don't agree with that.
again, I don't agree with him saying that. But so this is my view on it. But there are people out there, including Trump, that feel like the voting was not fair, and that there was irregularities in the voting, which in some cases there were. I explained to you when I was watching the coverage that night with Phobic, we were doing the math. The percentages didn't add up for where they went to in the middle of the night. Like the percentages didn't add up. But I'm not a statistician. I've never counted votes in my life. I have no idea what any of that is, right? So it is what it is, man. And people are upset. Today went too far. And hopefully moving forward, hopefully something will happen to bring us together. Right? Because no matter what happens, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on.
But what you're saying, just to be clear, you don't think that any of this has to do with race on the side of the people who showed up today. And on top of that, the reaction to those people showing up, the way it's been handled, with unarmed military being there and just kind of standing there. You also don't think that any of
Hold on, you know that there's armed military there. That's how somebody got shot. They had guns drawn on the people trying to break in to the Senate room.
from the outside?
They were on the inside with guns drawn because they were breaking in.
Security?
No, it was the fucking Capitol Police on the inside. With gun.
Okay. The National Guard is outside.
There was
unarmed.
no National Guard there today.
That is the news that I have.
The National Guard didn't get called until after the riot.
It was like 4:30, 5 o'clock when he called the National Guard in.
The only
And they
police,
showed up unarmed after somebody was killed?
No, they were armed when they got
I have no idea that they were there. Again, I don't know where you're finding the news, but
Wolf Blitzer.
the National Guard didn't get called until
My news is
after.
actually coming from a member of the military. Let's start there.
Okay, were they there?
I don't think that they were.
So the news that we saw
Yeah.
that was nationally covered
Yeah.
was National Guard was not there until after the riot. They got called at like 4:30, like Ryan said.
Okay.
And the only security there was the Capitol Police, which is a normal thing for protest.
Okay.
And they were unprepared for a riot.
Okay. Why didn't they just shoot tear gas at everybody
They did.
immediately before anything broke out?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
A woman was shot inside the Capitol by a member of law enforcement and later died. Several law enforcement officers said.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's. I don't know. I guess my take on it is I don't know, man. I try not to get into the. I don't know anything about the riot that you're talking about. I really don't. I know. Is that the one where they burned down the church when they were having the Black Lives Matter protest and their church got burned down? They threw tear gas on them all.
Public Scrolls said he would provide the link, but they're blocked. He believes in providing sources. Man, we're going way back. There have been so many protests. I couldn't tell you. This was way back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
We're talking George Floyd way back. You know what I mean?
So within the last year.
Yeah.
Again, without researching it and knowing getting multiple, tear gas happened
With the churches.
Yeah, so when they burned down the church, and they got upset because Trump went over and looked at the church. Again, I mean, I don't know, man. Again, I'm not that involved with I try not to watch too much news. Right, I really followed the news during the election where there wasn't riots like this or anything, and today I just happened to catch it, and I was listening to it because my fucking phone was going on for every 30 seconds with updates.
So none of this has to do with systemic racism. That's what you guys are saying.
I never said
I said
that.
because there's one KKK flag, you're considering it a race problem. That is wildly inaccurate. If it's just because
I didn't say that at all. Now who's twisting whose words?
no, I that's what I asked you because you're trying to say that we're saying this is not a race. I said the assumption is because there's a KKK flag at the rally, whether there is or isn't is irrelevant. It's a racist thing. That's
You
just
understand that the KKK is in fact a racist organization.
Yeah, but
so
not
you
the
think
whole
all
thing.
those people are KKK Klans members
I can't
because there is a flag there.
speak on behalf of all of those people, and I never would try.
So Ryan, so what Pat's saying is
I know,
because there
everyone else knows what I'm saying. He's trying
No,
to
I
get
know.
us to say things.
But Pat is saying because there was
I'm not trying to get you to say anything. I'm asking for clarification. I think
I said,
I'll put it this way. Do I think there was racist people there and some of them are using this to display their hate? Absolutely.
Do you think that this could have been avoided?
Sure. Everything can be avoided.
What do you think we could have done to avoid it?
As a whole?
Or individually? How could it have been avoided?
There's a million different things. They could have, the security could have been better. Trump didn't have to have a rally today while they were getting ready to vote on the things. There's a million different things, a million different variables that could have changed the outcome of what happened today. And I think that they're lucky only one person was killed.
I absolutely agree with that.
Because honestly, if I was there and I would have fucking shot them all down.
My fear is, one, tomorrow state capitol buildings get taken. My fear is, two, BLM flags start showing up in that same building, in that same crowd right now, and a huge gunfight ensues. This is standard what-if argument. Pat, explain your case for systemic racism as the cause or factor in today's incident. I don't think it's the cause. I think that it's clear that it exists. That's my point. Because,
I believe racism exists. I don't know if it's systemic.
so if the Black Lives Matter movement showed up, took over the Capitol building, and somebody died in the process,
Is that race? Is that a racist thing?
do you think it would have been handled the same way?
Yeah.
Do you think only one person would have died?
Again, it's a what if, but do I think hypothetically, possibly, yeah, only one person dies. It depends on, is it the same exact scenario with the same exact of security? Yes, only one person dies.
So nothing changes if this was black people instead of white people.
In my opinion, no.
Okay. Ryan?
I have no desire to get into this conversation anymore in a recorded format.
All right, let's move on. So coming up on the next show of Number 9 with Tommy podcast.
Hey, I can move on. We can talk about something that doesn't suck.
Well, we're not at the end yet.
Oh, good.
Griff?
Okay. Oh, that's right. You guys always say coming up next time, and there's 30 minutes left.
Yeah, Ryan. Stick with the format, bro.
What is this, first time you've listened to the show?
Well, in 7 days.
This will be the
First
last time you
You're
listen
a
to the
member of
show?
the fucking multiples club, and you don't get the format yet? Come on.
Well, I always look down at my clock, and I'm like, that's weird. Oh, there's still time left.
So coming up on the next show will be live 10:30 Sunday morning on YouTube, coming out Monday morning on iTunes, Spotify, all the gadgets there. Best video games for Nintendo. Nintendo. Three-finger
yeah,
news.
when are those going to start? Because I am pumped.
Nintendo was my favorite.
I'm pumped for talking about video games.
If you grind your gears and mail time, of course. I also want to take this time to remind everybody, go check us out.
Well, hold on. Ryan,
Yes.
since you probably won't be here for the next episode, if I put you on the spot and say what were your top 3 games for the original Nintendo, would you be able to field that question? I don't think I could. I'd have to look at the games to be reminded.
Super Mario 3.
Okay, this is fast. He's already dropping.
The original Zelda.
Oh, what a game.
And then, the third one would probably be tough. See, I don't know, because I don't know if you consider it a Nintendo game because it was an arcade game, but the original Donkey Kong was pretty legit. And it was on Nintendo, but it's more of like an arcade game.
Yeah, but as much as it was an arcade game, it was on the original Nintendo.
Nope, I lied. Excite Bike.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Love that game.
Excite Bike.
The original Excite Bike, though, not like the Super NES remake, because that was...
I never played any of those.
No Contra on that list.
Yeah, I was never... So I think maybe I can trace back... So the fact that I've always sucked at shooters traces back to fucking Contra. Like, I like Double Dragon better than I like Contra.
Double Dragon was great.
Yep. There was another one. It was like the original Street Fighter, but like it wasn't Street Fighter. It was like... Oh, God. It was like Street Warriors or something like that. But that was a pretty good game, too.
Mason said if you're talking original Nintendo and not talking Contra,
Well, I only like to talk
problems.
about good games, Mason, so that's why I left Contra out.
Wow.
And that's why we didn't invite you. I'm hilarious.
Now, see, like, Zelda is... I should have said Zelda first, because Zelda is my favorite game for any system and any port that it has.
How did you feel about Ocarina of Time?
It's the best Zelda ever. Like,
It was so fucking good.
like it's
Do
and
you
I
remember
almost...
how exciting it was to be able to ride a fucking horse?
Dude, when Epona, and then, oh man, I just read this article a couple weeks ago about how there is entire subsects of people that played Ocarina of Time that played the game without getting Epona, and I just don't fucking understand how you do that. Like, you legit steal the horse from a stable. Like, you jump over a wall to steal the horse, and then you just ride the fuck around Hyrule. Like, it's amazing.
And you could, just ride and ride and
Yep.
ride.
Give that motherfucker some carrots, and you're good to go.
That game was fucking insane. Shooting a slingshot? Come on.
Well, you get to do... I don't think you did the horse... I don't know if you had horseback bow and arrow in that. Oh, you did, because you had to shoot the pose in the field.
See what Mason just said?
What? Whoa. The
original
original Zelda wasn't even the worst Zelda on the Nintendo. Adventures of Link was the straightest piece of garbage ever. It's like when they did Breath of the Wild and made an RPG. It was still awesome, though.
So your geekdom has totally left me out of the conversation. This is a lot like when you started naming college players that are coming up to the NFL draft. Like, you lost me, and you've lost me.
Oh, no. See, my knowledge of video games is very, like, I got blinders.
It's not
very
even knowledge of
specific.
video games, it's just Zelda.
Zelda, God of War, and Mario. Like, it's... Oh, I fiddle around with some sports a little bit, too, but...
No GoldenEye?
No, I was never... Well, you know why I didn't like
Because
GoldenEye?
it's a
Because I
shooter.
sucked at it. Like, I didn't...
I feel you. That's actually... I was so good at Call of Duty that I just got tired of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, see, that's the way the opposite end of the spectrum. When I
Tim
get
said
laughed
Pokemon.
at by 11, that's your brother? Say Pokemon?
Was Pokemon?
Or is he telling me I like Pokemon because I like
For
Zelda?
Nintendo? Thug Squirrel? Are you saying Pokemon?
Or he's just hating because I don't play games where you got to use a keyboard. So he's...
I don't think Pokemon was on the Nintendo, was it?
No, it was on Game Boy, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely on Game Boy.
Just in general.
Oh. Anyway,
Really? Wow, your brother is a super geek, huh?
Yo, so did you like Kirby Phobic? Kirby was pretty awesome.
all right. We can have a talk with him off the thing.
Yeah, so when we do the video game, yo, bring me on. And then when you guys talk about
There's more
shooters...
heat revolving around these video games to come. Probably not anymore about the Capitol building takeover. I think the heat has died down on that.
I've heard, yeah.
You know what bothers me? Because I'd like to be like, see how we're all friends and we can have this conversation and go right into a different conversation. The problem is there's no resolution. Like, I wish we had some kind of resolution and then fucking moved on so I could be like, fuckers.
Well, I guess at the end of the day, Pat, again, I live in my own little bubble, and that's the resolution. You just move forward. I mean, like, individually, there's not much we can do about it.
That's true. And to the point, while we don't have a resolution, we also, I say this at risk of being faulted, don't contribute to the problem. Like, I'm not out there threatening anybody. I'm out there loving everybody. I don't hope that the guy carrying the KKK flag gets shot in the face. I don't hope that a BLM member gets shot in the face. I mean, I don't wish ill on anybody.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like when I saw this shit happening today, my first reaction was
It's like, what the fuck are you assholes doing? That was my first reaction.
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on? And this isn't a good look for any Trump supporter out there.
And this may look a little less extreme over time. Who knows? As you know, as some stories come out, we don't know a whole lot about it. But
Well, I can tell you this, dude. I mean, they had cameras inside that Capitol building. Those motherfuckers were straight up just chilling inside once they got it.
Well, that's good. It's better than a lot of different alternatives.
I mean, they were just like going through papers and shit. No, like my first reaction was like, I'm gonna go home and get my shit and go raid our Capitol building. Like that wasn't my reaction. Now there's some people out there that might have felt inspired by this. Maybe. I'm sure that's true. But at the same time, do I think it's the masses? No.
That's what my dad texted me about it. My first reaction to all of this is it's amazing the rampant stupidity that runs in groups of Americans, no matter what the race, creed, religion, belief system is.
I always say this, and that was your dad that said that?
Well, no, that's what I said. He's like, can you believe this shit? And that was what I said to him.
I always say this, and I probably always will. I absolutely love everybody. I fucking hate people.
Yeah.
An individual, very easy.
Wait, shouldn't you say that the other way around? I absolutely love people, but hate everybody.
I hate everybody.
Let's work on the wording.
And I'm not too big on people.
I love individual people. I hate groups of people.
Yeah.
Even like concerts, man.
Dude, I stopped.
Fucking
hold on,
idiots.
let me see. I can pull up the picture of why I stopped going to concerts right here.
If you show the picture of the girl pissing in the field, it's hilarious.
You took a picture of a girl pissing in a field?
Well, no, it was in the parking lot.
Okay.
Gotta find, there it is.
Public World says I'm saying it correctly.
Okay. He also said a lot more about gaming, but we'll get into that after what we got to do here.
You sure did. What the fuck is no cap on a stack?
Yeah, I have
no
idea.
cap on a stack, bro.
What does that mean?
That's fucking Colin lingo, bro. No cap on a stack.
What does it mean?
That means no line on a stack of Benjis, bro.
The fuck does that mean?
Oh my fucking god.
No cap on a stack. That's the name of the show. No cap on a stack.
What the fuck?
Anyway, I want to remind everybody you can check us out YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the same. Number 9 with Tommy podcast. If you're Twitter people like me, Pat, and my boy Ryan over here, go check us out at Number 9 Pod. You can go and check out our website, number9podcast.com.
Do you know why I can do that, Tom? Because this isn't a pre-recorded segment. I can do whatever I want because you don't pre-record it and then just put it on.
That's what makes it amazing. Go check out our website. You can subscribe to the email list at the bottom of the homepage. On the bottom there, you just put in your email, it'll send you a link, activate the link, or else you won't get the emails. You can also donate to the show on the website at the bottom of every page. But you gotta make sure you have our PayPal.
Griff,
unlike some people.
So I have funny story is I have a photo of Phobic Squirrel's wet ass on my phone from a concert we went to.
That was the Florida Georgia Line concert.
Yep.
Good times. So we're gonna close out the show with not really a review or anything. Just want to get what everybody. This is. This is how we roll. That was a good night. That was our birthday. Mine is Phobic's birthday.
Ryan has abandoned the search for the picture.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we're just gonna throw out what we've been watching and what we think about it. So I watched a couple episodes of your show,
Letterkenny.
I get what you're saying with the quick one-liners. Definitely. The storyline's not great. Like it's
There's not really that much of a story.
But I get what you're saying about the dialogue. It's humorous. I don't know if I could sit there and watch.
That's my speed. I want dialogue. I said when I recommended this to you, I said there's a solid chance you're not going to like this.
Yeah, it's not even that I didn't like it, right? I just wasn't overly impressed. I don't know. It might be one of those things that I watch while I'm going to sleep. You know what I mean? Because I could easily fall asleep to it. Because I'm not sitting on the edge of my seat to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, there's not a cliffhanger at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
This is not Sons of Anarchy.
I recently restarted watching Shameless, so I stopped at like season 6.
Yeah.
And this is exactly why I haven't gotten back into it, because once I start watching that show, I'm not going to stop.
I will give you this reminder of why you stopped watching it season 6. the show gets very, very intolerable. It's just dull, repetitive. William H. Macy, spoiler alert, fucks everything up. What's her nuts? The super hot Fiona Gallagher gets fucked in every episode. And
That's not why I stopped watching it, but to be fair, I don't think that's true at all. I utterly enjoyed the show.
I thought it was great until it was just like, this is just the same
Nah,
shit.
there's more shit happening. You gotta watch it. It's good. Jack
Fucking
Steller,
Focus
oh
Russell,
baby.
Jack Steller, ooh baby.
Um,
Couldn't agree more.
and then on New Year's Day, the third season of Cobra Kai dropped. So I watched the first few episodes of that. Almost got caught into the whole, we're going to watch the whole season tonight, but I'm glad I didn't. It saves me for something later. So far, it's pretty good. How
I
about,
said, to be fair, which is a reference to Letterkenny.
what do you think? What have you been watching?
I've been watching the shit out of Letterkenny.
That's it?
Let me tell you. So, you know that I am a passionate and loyal Marx Brothers fan. The Marx Brothers, the teens and 20s, 19 teens, 1920s.
Yeah, I was say we have to be more specific now because like there's you just had
not,
teens
not the
and
20
20s.
teens. The 19 teens, 1920s, black and white, very, very funny. Not slapstick like the Three Stooges. They were very much a dialogue-driven, comedic family. They are legitimately brothers. But when watching their movies, you had to pay attention because they were so fucking quick-witted and so funny, and a lot of what they were doing is improv, that it was just normal conversation. So you kind of had to pay attention to how funny they were being. And I couldn't get enough of them. I've never seen anything like it since, until Letterkenny, I truly feel, is like a revisit to the quality of the Marx Brothers and the quality of the lines. There's a line, actually, I should have done it to Tom today. This dude shows up in a plain white t-shirt, right, to the farm stand that they all just chill at. And the main character looks at him and he's like, look at you with your tough guy t-shirt on. That come in today, the muscle showing up tomorrow. And then the conversation just keeps going. And I was laughing out loud. And I had to rewind it because I missed so much. But it's just that all the fucking time. Griff, what have you been watching?
Well, I just finished watching Silicon Valley on HBO. That show is hilarious. It's about a bunch of computer guys, and they invented it doesn't matter. They invented an app, and it was like 6 seasons. I watched in like 5 days. That show was pretty awesome. And then,
Nice.
When you said Letterkenny, I don't think this is anything like it, but it reminded me. I watched a
Edward
couple months ago.
Nygma just tipped 33. I have no idea who that is, but I appreciate your donation.
So
Isn't that like that's the name from the Riddler?
The first initial of
Yeah.
the first name and then the last name, and
It's Enigma. That's Jim Carrey's character, and well, it's the Riddler.
Huh.
Riddle me
Interesting.
this, fat man. Who is Edward Nygma?
If I had a guess, I'm gonna go with Phobic Squirrel.
Phobic Squirrel. If it's you, have you been outed?
I feel like his tip would have been a different dollar amount though.
No,
333.
that's one of the presets I have in there, and I just want to say that it did show up in the stream, so I did my job right. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we appreciate the tip. Keep it coming. I think it's our first one on the live stream. I like it. Anyway, go back. So you're watching a video.
Hold on. You have preset tip amounts and you chose 333?
No, they were just like in there. We should have done $9.99.
Is a callback to No Agenda, Tom knows.
Yeah. 33. It's a magic number.
33?
Yeah.
Oh, is that one of the Mason numbers? The Masons?
I don't know, man. It's some fucking crazy.
Like 33 degrees and like 33rd
Yeah.
level of Grandmaster. or
Everything
something like
happens
that.
in threes. If there's 2 big news stories, there's going to be a third. 'Cause there's
those
always 3.
Celebrities die, a third one dies.
Yeah. 33 is a
Speaking
magic
of-
number.
Betty White, I believe in 11 days. What's today, the 7th? In 10 days, Betty White turns 99. She beat
30.
2020, baby.
33, it's a magic number. We'll see if she dies.
Ooh.
Halfway to the devil.
What do the numbers mean?
This chat's getting out of control today. What else have you been watching?
Brockmire. That's another. I don't know if anybody's ever watched that show. That show is phenomenal. Hank Azaria is the man.
I have, you know, is that the
He's like a
really
really.
tan fella? I don't know what nationality he is.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Do you still watch Ray Donovan?
I still have to pick it back up. I'm not going to be Tom and spoil where I left off, but I just never got back into it because I
Season
canceled
6?
Showtime.
That's all I said.
No. Like you like spoil things. I was like, I stopped watching when, and then I stopped. 'cause I didn't
Yeah, man, I stopped watching. I think it was after season 2 or 3. But that was a great fucking show. And what was the other one I was gonna ask you about? It's another one on Showtime.
I keep hearing about.
Ray Donovan.
You just said that.
Oh, Billions.
Oh, Billions! As soon as it comes back, I love Billions. That's probably my favorite show on TV right now.
Yeah, Ray Donovan is a great show, and so is Billions. I got really fucked up there. I was thinking about 2 different shows at the same time.
Yeah, Billions. And I mean, because they left taping midway through Corona, so the season they had last year is not even finished. So they're gonna have a expedited second half of whatever season it was, plus the new season coming out.
Did anybody die off in that show?
I don't think anybody dies in that show. No,
Nobody died off.
somebody might go broke, so they might as well be dead for that show. So,
all right. Well, I think that's it, guys.
you asked me for a movie, and I think
yeah.
the first time I was on, I said maybe everybody should watch The Great Escape because that is my all-time favorite movie.
Did you watch that?
Probably not because I don't think he likes part of the genre, and you don't like part of the genre. But
What the fuck is it?
it's about escape from a POW camp in World War II, I think.
That sounds good.
Sounds awesome. Right on the board.
It's from the 60s. I think it's in 1963. Steve McQueen, Charlie Bronson.
Sounds old as shit.
No, I figured out why we didn't watch it.
It's a great movie.
Leg cramp. Oh my god. Fuck both legs. Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh fuck.
I guess this is a good chair.
His stomach's showing.
Oh,
I'm so glad we're still alive for
I
this.
just got a double leg cramp, bro.
Drink more water.
Holy scroll, I drink so much fucking water.
Not enough, apparently. You were sitting down and got a leg cramp, dude. I've never had that happen to me in my life.
No good.
How fat are you that you're getting a leg cramp sitting down?
When we're off air, I'll explain.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Write it down on the board. Great Escape. We'll add it to the list.
I'll wait till we're done there.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. Pat, anything to say?
I'm in a lot of pain. I say good day.
I've been a lot of pain. Where is the movie?
Nah, I got.
All the way to the right, there should be a list, movie to watch.
Well, phobic. That's because you sit in the same chair for multiple hours on end, like 10 to 15 hours sometimes playing video games.
My feet were under the chair, so my legs were. What? You didn't have a more relevant one?
More relevant one?
Like a more up to date.
Oh my god.
You're sticking with that, huh?
It's probably free on Amazon. It's so
Why didn't you come to my stream, Tom? Leg cramps during the act are the worst.
You streamed
Mason,
today?
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
When did you stream today?
Ryan, how old are you?
37.
Your hands
Oh, dude, look at that.
are that of a 60,
Dude,
65
they've been like
year
that
old
since I
man?
was 7. Like,
What the
Yeah.
fuck, bro?
my whole life, man.
Your fingers are ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah, they are pretty bad.
Oh, nice, man. I'm glad.
Bro, this dude today comes into work, the new guy. And he's like,
Oh, Jason? Or Jay?
he's like, I'm so selfish. I bought condoms that are ribbed for her pleasure and turned them inside. I fucking died.
Yeah, phobic. So I'm really hoping that I don't know what Mason's doing Sunday. Maybe Mason, if you want, you can come be on the show, and then we can work on some streaming stuff for that afternoon, or you could do it from home, whatever you want to do.
We watch football.
Woo! Yeah, we watch football while we're doing it. I was going to ask you some shit to help me with either Saturday night or
I
Sunday.
already saw that coming.
Yeah. So
It's for the podcast.
it is for the podcast.
100%.
100%.
Rearrange the whole fucking house.
Actually, but I thought of something new.
Hopefully it's less rearranging.
All right, so Mason, we'll figure out if you're going to come here or if you're just going to do it from home. Maybe by Sunday I'll have everything all set up for where we're changing the stream room around.
Lisa, if you bring your wife and baby, I'll give you Christmas presents. Tom, if I bring their Christmas presents, I'll bring you guys his Christmas presents.
Yeah, I don't really care about your Christmas present.
Really bad at Christmas.
EFT, yeah. I don't know what EFT means.
It means you're out.
Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, Escape from Tarkov. Tonight? No, not tonight, bro. Might pop on tomorrow. It depends on it when I start moving shit around. But yeah, I think we're gonna get out of here. I gotta make an album art pass. I'll write a description. What are we naming the show? I said that's what we're naming the show earlier. Should have wrote it down. No
No
cap.
cap on a stack.
Yeah, no cap on a stack.
Yeah, Eric, that was perfect timing.
Yeah, no cap on a stack. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This one.